I was having a little trouble with this differential lock here. The way this works, it's actually a differential lock for the front axle. That had me kind of confused because there's a switch on the back axle that has a couple wires going to it, a green and yellow and a black for ground. And the green and yellow comes up here from the dash and has power. And when that switch is closed, somehow when you turn the differential lock on for the front axle, it closes the switch on the back axle, pulls it to ground, and provides power to your indicator light. And that wasn't working right. But what I've done is I got in here and studied the wiring diagram a little bit and jumpered some wires to the proper terminals on this switch. And now if I turn on the dash lights, I've got a couple lights that are acting up. I changed them with the LEDs. They kind of come and go. I gotta get back in there and fix those, but right here's where the differential light is. So flip the switch, I can hear the solenoid engage, turn it off, flip the switch, it's back on. Same way with four-wheel drive here. Four-wheel drive, switch is on. So anyway, sometimes that's kind of what you got to do with this. Rig it up same way I did with the warning direction indicators here. That switch was completely bad. It was seized up, and buying one from overseas was way too much money. So I just jumpered the necessary terminals so that way my flashers work. So now I can use my flashers when I'm going down the road, and I've got headlights, high beams, blower motor even works in here, and the windshield wiper even works. So I've got most of the electric switches figured out. Like I say, I've got to get in here. You can see these flickering around. I put LEDs in and they're not acting quite right, but anyway, I'll get those fixed and start changing some fluids. Okay, I was also able to get the parking brake switch working. It was seized up. You can see it in here. It's a spring-loaded plunger. It was stuck all the way down. I managed to take the switch out, put it in the vise, gave it a little bit of heat and a bunch of penetrating oil and a couple taps with a punch, and I got it freed up. I got it reinstalled now, and you can see, get the key on, you can see the parking brake light comes on. That's working now. And you can see a lot of flashing here on these lights. You can see the parking brake lights on. Goes off when I let it off, pull it back up, it's working properly. So that's kind of nice to have, because I've taken off before several times on tractors with the parking brake still on. It takes you a while to realize it sometimes. So there it is. That's just about everything. I've got the differential lock switch over here. So other than the AC, the blower motor for the AC's seized up. At the moment, I don't really want to mess with it. I got too much else to do. I'll just go with that. Alright, I'm in here messing with this four-wheel drive solenoid. I thought it was working originally. It turns out there was a couple wires here that had been pulled apart, and I was wondering what they were for. They were laying back on the rear axle, and I got the wiring diagram out, and turns out they go to the four-wheel drive solenoid here, and they'd pulled out. I guess they got hung up on something, and I got this assembly, the electrical connector apart here. There's a diode in there, I guess flyback diode for the solenoid, and I managed to solder on one of the wires that got pulled off, and I'm gonna reattach this and get all this wiring cleaned up here, and four-wheel drive should be working now. I don't know how for some reason I was using it and I thought it was working, but there's no way it could have, because this is the solenoid to allow hydraulic pressure in there to engage it. So anyway, I'm going to get that cleaned up, and hopefully we've got four-wheel drive, differential lock, and about everything else figured out now. Okay, I got the four-wheel drive solenoid all wired back up. I'm just going to put some wire loom on here and zip tie it up, and hopefully then it'll be working. Okay, we've got her mostly all buttoned back up right now. Not everything's fixed yet, but it's past August. It's into August now, so it's time to start mowing CRP. So with the loader off, we're going to go ahead and use this and mow 20 acres, and then I'll do some more work to it. Okay, I've done some work to the four-wheel drive. The light comes on. We have power for the indicator light, and I have all this wiring fixed to here for the solenoid itself, but there's no power getting down to the solenoid, so I've got to go further upstream and see where the open in the wiring is. But I'm pretty confident that once I get that fixed, all this is good now. So I've got that, and I originally thought the differential lock was just for the rear, and then I thought, well, maybe it's just for the front, but it's actually for both. So this is just a switch that closes when the differential lock engages here on the rear axle and pulls your warning light to ground. And I think this switch is bad, so I done some of that jumper wiring up there to get it where when the rocker switch is turned, the warning light comes on. So anyway, I may take that out and look at it a little closer. Anyway, after we get done mowing, I'm going to get all the rest of that fixed, get the four-wheel drive working, and we'll see what all's left. So anyway, here we go. We've got these levers for the bucket hydraulics just zip tied off to the side for the time being. We did get the side panels put back on. really get on it, you can see the differential pressure goes up for the air filter.
on?
What's happening?
Oh, another day.
Another day. Got you a bean crop going, huh?
Yeah, we got us a bean crop going.
Yeah.
Trying to kill some weeds.
Joe in on this, or you just?
Yeah, Joe, he's in on this.
Well, you got a decent partner, I guess. I don't. Yeah.
Yep. Cutting yourself some paths and trimming up?
Well, I got to redo it, so I'm going to let it grow a little and spray it, burn it all down, and go again. Another 10-year contract.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you're going to bush hog the whole thing down?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just do strips and leave some wildlife cover, you know, but not this time.
See. Yep. So you put it in a 10-year deal again?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No, yeah, it's well, it's been setting for a long time, you know, just pasturing a little bit of this and that back here.
Yeah, I see he finally got her fenced.
Yeah, he got her fenced last whenever he did, and put the cows on it for the winter, and we had a lot of that, well, it's milkweed and iron grass, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So we came in and disked her up. Well, this part, well, right there, yeah, that yellow strip, we no-tilled this, and then the rest of it, I had Justin Sneed who come in and tore it all up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks like you're going to get some beans out of the deal.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. Get the weeds killed so we can see what we got. I appreciate it.
This is my son's tractor. This is a new ride for me. I'm not used to being in a cab.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice though.
Yeah, I bet. Get a little shade over your head.
Yeah. Well, things are going pretty good out here. About had the field done and stopped one of these junk front tires, so that's going to shut us down for the Massey for today. I got the mower jacked up. We're going to swap out with the Alice over there, and Dad's going to finish up this, and I'm going to try to limp the Massey back on home, so see if we can get her back. That'll do it. Oop, just a little more. There we go. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this rig home with the flat tire. I don't have too far to go, a couple miles. If it starts to come off the rim, I guess I'm gonna stop. Have to go buy new tires. Well, I ran home and grabbed the big trailer, triple axle. Only made it halfway with the tractor before the tire come off the rim. So we're gonna try to get it loaded up. I don't know if you can see it, there's a big storm coming. Dad just finished up over at the woods with the Alice. So I managed to get it parked over at this solar farm. We're gonna try to load it up, make it home before the storm hits. So see what happens. Managed to get it loaded real quick, just barely fit on the trailer. Got her back here. Dad's taking off. We're about to get soaked. The storm's pretty much here. Didn't even get any chains on this thing. Just run it up and lock the parking brake, so hopefully it's all right. Don't have far to go. 1.5 miles is about it. But I'm just gonna crawl. I may stop and just put some chains on it because the wind's ripping. Well, I'm on the home stretch, just about to make it. Made it up a big hill, no problems. Just got to get up into the driveway. I'm going to park it. I'm more afraid of seeing how much replacement tires are going to cost for this thing, but Dad just bought this International 656. It needs new rears and fronts, so I'm gonna get in at the same time and order some fronts for this. So the rears are in pretty good shape still, but luckily managed to get this thing loaded and on the trailer before this storm hit. Dad got the Alice back to the barn before it started raining, so just about to roll in. Okay, looks like we made it just in time to get soaked. Well, here it is. Come off the bead. Figured that was going to happen, but what can you do? Gotta get my flashers turned off. I'm calling it quits on this part 3. We'll catch back in for part 4, so stay tuned for it, and thanks for watching.